Welcome back, all you Regs and all you Shinies. Welcome to the most mediocre podcast in the Star Wars universe, the 1313 podcast. I'm Tommy, and today I've got a little bit of a different video for you. Right now, I am in my action figure room at my house, and I have cleared up some space, as you can see behind me, because I have a big project ahead of me. This is going to take several days to record, and I'm excited to see how this process goes, and I figured I would share it with you guys. So, recently my father gave me a bunch of his old Star Wars collection. My father, shout out to him, is an integral part of why I'm into Star Wars so much today, specifically the collecting aspect. My dad has been collecting since before I was born, and Star Wars toys were always a part of my childhood, so for me, collecting is very important to my love of Star Wars. And so recently, my dad has been giving me a bunch of his collection, and on the floor here, you'll see I have a bunch of that collection. So this is my dad's collection of the Phantom Menace figures from 1999, as well as the Power of the Force figures. Now, all these Phantom Menace figures are sealed. They've got all the different variants, so it'll be like the same character, but there's like a variant in the packaging, like these Palpatine figures, for example. It's just a ton of figures. I've got a bunch of them stacked up because I just had to move some shelves in here. But yeah, there are, I think, 54 of these and 82 of the Power of the Force figures. And he also did give me a bunch of his sealed exclusive and deluxe sets for the Phantom Menace. You'll see on my desk here, I've got some stuff that's just kind of piled up. Some of these, I guess he was telling me the rare one from that collection was Jar Jar with the gooberfish. And we've got cool stuff like accessory packs too, things like that. And then over here in my bedroom too, we've just got some boxed sets and things like that. I had built this shelf and another shelf just to kind of get some of an idea of what it's going to look like when I have those boxed sets in the shelf. So the goal of this video is going to be to store all of these and display them in my Star Wars room. So as I mentioned before, I have built 2 of these shelves. These are going to go side by side right here, and then all of the Phantom Menace carded figures are going to go hung up here. As you can see over here, I bought a ton of command hooks and command strips so that I'm able to get all these figures hung up. I'm really excited to get started on this project. It's going to be quite the undertaking. A lot of measuring is going to go into this, but I'm really excited. So like I said, I thought I would take you guys along the journey, and as bumps in the road happen, which I'm sure they will, you'll get to experience that with me. So the first thing I'm going to do is start measuring. I have a level and I've got a pencil. I'm going to start measuring out where I want all these command hooks to be and start placing those. All right, guys, so here is the first step here. I'm not sure how well this is going to pull up on the camera, but what I've done is I've penciled in 54 squares that are 9.5 inches apart going vertically, and that horizontally are 6.5 inches apart. These will all fit a figure. If I set them down and line them up on the bottom left corner, I'll have nice spacing. Now all I have to do is start hanging up some command hooks and getting these figures going, so let's do that, shall we? Alright guys, so here's what it's looking like right now. As you can see, I've got the figures up to the top row. It's going to be 6 rows of 9. So that's how it's going to go, 9 across. I've got them all boxed out, and here's how they look. So far, so good. Just a little bit of a time-consuming process, but I think it'll look really cool when it's all finished. Well, well, well. So that didn't take as long as I thought it would. It only took probably like an hour or 2. But here they are, all 54 of the Phantom Menace single carded figures. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up those couple shelves with those really, really cool box sets and everything, and I will get those set up and I'll show you what the finished display will look like. Alright guys, it is officially day 2 of this project, and it has gone way faster than I thought it was going to be. Again, I just want to show you in some daylight here instead of nighttime, the amazing Phantom Menace collection behind me here. I think this looks awesome. So happy with how this all turned out. Can't be happier. And so now, I've already started, kind of forgot to record some of this process, but what I've got here is the same thing I did before. I had to kind of mess around with measurements a lot more on this one. You'll notice over here, I've got all the squares I've started to draw out. I put X's through a bunch of them because I kept moving around where I wanted to put things. What's going to happen is, this is going to be the one awkward part, is that there's going to be a hole right here where this light switch is. Oh well, there's nothing you can do about that. Hopefully it doesn't look too ugly by the time I'm done with it all. And then same down at the bottom here, there's going to be another hole where those figures will go because of this outlet down here. But I'm also going to fill up this wall here, so I got to get my lines drawn for that. And then after that, we'll get all the figures hung up. So hopefully it ends up looking good. All right, gang, so I just finished all of the squares here. I don't know how well you can see any of these pencil lines. Oh, you can see them. But yeah, we've got all different kinds of lines here. They go all the way up almost to the ceiling. And now it's time to hang up a whopping 82 Power of the Force figures. So wish me luck, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all finished. All right, guys, so it is several days later from the last time that I recorded on this video, and that's because I have a life and I work a job and I do things. So what I did do finally, though, is my fingers are completely numb, but I did get all 82 of these Power of the Force figures all hung up. So I'll just kind of briefly show you what they look like right here. So right here, I'm going to give you a little pan down. Here are all the figures here. Boom, and there's Baby Yoda. But yeah, so up here, the way I tried to organize these, there's a bunch of different card backs here. So here are the red card backs, a couple figures from the Shadow of the Empire, and then I kind of went down this wall first, just kind of showing off all the figures. You'll see the ones with just the little stickers on the card backs first, and then after that I kind of moved on to the ones that have the little, these are cool, they have little movie stills. So every character has a little still from the film they came in, and you'll see it's got the little initials from the movie on the side there, so that's cool. And then I have collection 1, collection 2, collection 3. Go up to this wall here, I've got the same thing. Some of these are a little crooked just because of the weight distribution of the figure, as opposed to it hanging on the peg. And obviously, as you can see, I had to leave some spots open for the light switches. But aside from that, I think this turned out really well. You got some cool ones here with the these ones. These are right in like 97 when you're getting ready for Phantom Menace. So if you pull down on these, it gives you a little thing from Phantom Menace there. So I think that's a pretty cool feature there. And it's cool that this many years later, it still works. So I think that's really neat. But yeah, so there it is, guys. There's that. I'll give you one more look over at the Phantom Menace stuff. And here's all the Phantom Menace stuff here. Got all those boxed sets just kind of displayed on these shelves. I got these at Target. These shelves are like 30 bucks a piece. A steel. They look really nice. Come in all different colors. I opted for black. But yeah, and here's that. And then I still have to organize all these figures on card back here through collection 1, 2, and 3. But overall, I think these look super, super cool. And shout out to my dad for being able to share with me his collection. And I hope that he sees this and is proud that these figures are now getting the display that they've always deserved, instead of, you know, having to sit in bins in an attic. But yeah, guys, so that's gonna be this video for you. I've got plenty of other plans with my Star Wars room here. Eventually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have some more stuff that's gonna go over here. This is my main display area that I use for when I'm live streaming and stuff for the channel. And then over here, eventually I do want to get a futon that will just go right here and block kind of this closet, which is just full of action figure boxes. And then in this box right here, I've got some floating shelves. I'm gonna hang those up above here, and then also above this door as well. I'm gonna put some Funko Pops up there. I've got a bunch of Star Wars Mission Fleet stuff from when I used to collect that. I'm probably gonna display that over here somewhere. But yeah, eventually, guys, we will have a full room collection tour coming out for both the set and for my Star Wars room. Right now, this one's a little bit of a work in progress, but when I got this stuff from my dad, I thought it'd be really cool to just make a quick little video about it, you know, show off the process and show off what I decided to do. And if you wanna display a bunch of carded figures, this might be a good way to go about it for yourself. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and And with that, make sure to subscribe to our channel if you're not already subscribed, and check us out on all our social media. Everything's going to be linked in the description below, and we'll catch you guys with some more content in the future. So with that, may the force be with you.